afternoon to everyone. I am Hamishri from ECE. This is our team 4. As this is the part of group discussion, I want to talk about globalization is the threat to Indian culture. As what the statement is completely right. As the globalization increases day by day, the Indian culture is degrading. So, what's your point?
As chemistry, globalization does not affect the Indian culture, and the economy also cannot change by the globalization. And we have improved culture, uh, Indian culture and economy will not be changed by the globalization.
Yes, Prashant, I agree with you. Globalization is affecting Indian culture, and it is also three types: economical globalization and educational globalization, political globalization. The
As,
three.
as globalization made many changes in India. Uh, Due to the globalization, most of the youth can getting the jobs in other countries, and globalization increasing the globalization increasing economically economically.
Yes, Hare Krishna, what you said is right. Because of globalization, many members are getting jobs, but our Indian culture is degrading day by day because Indians are following their traditions and they are forgetting our traditions.
But due to the globalization, many of the Western people are following the Indian tradition. Let us take example. Before recently, we have celebrated the Diwali. So many Western countries also celebrating the Diwali, and Diwali is declared as a public holiday in so many Western countries like Europe and USA.
Yes, Krishna, I completely agree with you. There's the part of festivals also developed like globalization, so we can develop all the activities we have done in our culture.
Yes, I agree on both points that they are inspiring our traditions, but we are forgetting our traditions and we are following their traditions. Like we are following here, it's not our tradition, but we are following their tradition and we are trying to improving their traditions as our traditions.
Yes, so we should follow our tradition, and we should motivate others to follow our tradition. By that we can improve our traditions.
So at last, what we are saying that we should balance our traditions and their traditions to balance the globalization. Thank you.
Thank
Hi everyone, I am Chandra from Delhi. Be a little louder. Hi everyone, I am Chandra from third year ECE-B. Uh, Here we are four members is about to discuss a topic about uh, is globalization is a threat to Indian culture. Uh, in my point of view, I'm agreeing with it because uh, globalization. Due to globalization, Indian culture is changing and degrading about uh, economy and what do you think?
Globalization is the main centralizer of different companies throughout the world. Globalization is the mainly useful to increase the development of technology, but it leads to also unemployment in the laborers. Uh, some of the globalization companies like Apple, Texas, uh, they're all throughout the world. They are leading the different employees.
Yes, not only that, due to globalization, import and export also increasing, and it is mainly three types: economical, cultural, and political. Comes to economical, job opportunities decreasing rapidly, and come to cultural, due to other cultures, our culture is decreasing, and politically we are exchanging the ideas from one country to another country.
As Jagan said, politically we are extending our ideas, and as part of culture, we are decreasing our Indian culture and other countries in USA or USA, Russia, Japan. They are following our tradition and our culture, and they are celebrating our Indian festivals. And they are also maintaining the good relation with countries to each other, which increases culture, tradition, and etc. What do you
Yes,
guys think?
as you all said that our Indian traditions are very habitual. They are many foreign countries are following our traditions. So it is they are very much like our traditions and they are following our traditions. But it is not, and our Indians also were habituated to follow their traditions, um, which is not of course good for us. And as you said, that globalization is not only about the exchange of our traditions, and it includes many aspects like political and our jobs and many things. So we have to keep those all in our mind. And as the statement is said, that is globalization is harmful to our India. So at some point of view, there are many advantages to this globalization, but in by seeing all the aspects, we have to. There are some disadvantages also to globalization. So what do you think about this?
Yes, you are right. That's to your point. There are some positive and negative impacts in the Indian culture, which affects to the people. Like previously, in coming to the vehicles, the technology is based on some petroleum or diesel. But nowadays the vehicles are developed into smarter, electric and automated vehicles. This impacts some negatively in the people also.
Yes, due to increasing globalization, there are advantages and disadvantages. Advantages means vehicles are updating and we are using updated vehicles and updated generation. But coming to disadvantages, it impacts a lot on farmers. They are losing their and due to import and export, they are not getting any profits.
As Jagan said, the disadvantages are more in this globalization, but there is one more thing which affects more due to smart technology increasing day by day. Our resources also decreasing. We are not talking to each other, and we are more on our phone only. Each and everything is available on phones, and which reduces our communication, and which increases more on talking on phones and searching and making everything as a smart technology, which impacts uh, our personal things which we do daily, decreases day by day. How do you support?
But according to in my point of view, stating this, given that globalization is harmful to India, so it is not up to the mark because due to this globalization, we are having many advantages also. We are having many advantages like we are actually the traditions, and so by actually our traditions, our Indian tradition is followed by many other countries, which is right to our India. And so there are very less disadvantages. So in keeping all this in mind, so I conclude that we conclude globalization is not much harmful to our country. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. Very good afternoon, everyone. We four of are here to discuss about the topic called globalization. Is globalization a threat to Indian culture? My point of view, globalization is a threat to Indian culture because of globalization, our Indian culture is getting degraded day by day, and globalization is nothing but acquiring foreign culture into our Indian culture, and our India is an Indo-Western country where India acquires both Indian cultures and Western cultures.
Yeah, yes, I agree with your point. Due to the globalization, the employment has been increased and the goods has been decreasing by the trading and the business has been increased. The rich people has been settled over the overseas and due to this, the goods population has been decreased, which caused the unemployment more. What do you think about this point?
I think so. Somewhat, I was not agree with you because it is impacting on the culture of India. Also, development is been happening, but culture must be important to everybody, and mainly on the it was affecting on the rural areas. And so far, I have observing youth is they were mainly attractive to the new clothing. So far, I observe. What you do say?
Yes, I agree with you. Mainly globalization have many positive things to us, but some are negatives. They are affecting our culture, like dressing styles and some of affectional values and ethical values. So we have to
I also
follow
observe that.
the Indian culture. We have to not forget our motherland. We have to we have to think our
uh, Due to this globalization, the trading and the exchange of political income of the in our country was increasing day by day. This may lead to the government for providing good schemes for the population and the
Even
society.
jobs are increasing, but Indian occupation agriculture has been decreased due to this globalization, which is the main backdrop of globalization. So we must
But somewhat, I think so that the government is supporting the foreign companies to invest, but it was neglecting the Indian companies because it used to implement the foreign tradition in India. And so far, I observed that the Indians are much attracted to work in the foreign than India.
Due to this, they are developing other countries and forgetting our country for developing, which leads to the depleting of our country's development. What do you think about
I
it?
agree with you. Our Indians are following the Western culture, but the Western people are following our Indian culture. They are so much interested on our Indian culture and especially they analyze what is the behind our Indian culture and the
Influence on our culture.
benefits of this. And they also teaching them to our Indian culture books, Vedic books.
finally we are to conclude that globalization is having more benefits and demerits and merits. So we must
Manage.
manage them and we should make our India the best future.
Yeah.
Hello everyone. As part of the practice in the discussion, we have chosen the topic is globalization benefit to the Indian market or not. So in my view, globalization have both pros and cons. First, globalization increase the per capita income of India and increase the GDP of our country. So in that way, the trade between the with other countries will increase, such that our Indian rupee currency value will be increased, and our rankings will be increased, so that India's position in the world market will be increased to the next level, and um, so that India would become developed country in near future. So what do you say, Harika?
But coming to the point, our topic is about the threats which are caused by the globalization towards the Indian culture. But after coming to this point, what I want to tell you is previously in our India, agriculture used to be the major occupation, but after the globalization, it's coming to extent. Uh, Nowadays, people are mostly adopted to the foreign cultures, and they want to adopt those cultures in India, and people are choosing their own language as a secondary language, and started practicing their foreign language. This is happened because of globalization only, and previously in India, we can find many joint families, but due to this globalization, people are getting isolated because of their jobs and going to their workplace. And this was also caused by globalization. This is leading to human connectivity loss.
GDP was increasing day by day as globalization increases. Uh, People are adopting our Indian culture also in US and China.
So finally, what do you say, Kavya?
This
What is your
globalization is nothing but acquiring new technologies from foreign countries. So we can interchange our cultures. This may lead to we may lose our national identity, and the gap between poor and rich also increases, and small companies can't compete with multinational companies. And also the advantage of globalization is nothing but we can transport our goods, and we can interchange cultures, we can acquire new technologies from other countries. So there are so many advantages and also disadvantages, and also uh, farmers are affected due to this globalization mostly. What is Simran?
Yeah, you are right. But we have to see advantage also. We are becoming developed day by day, and India should become developed nation such that uh, when there is a lot of income available in our country, then government may include many schemes such that to eradicate poverty in our country. Firstly, the main basic thing we need is income. So for getting that, we must welcome the globalization. So as you said, there are some cons, so which are what you said are correct, but we should welcome the globalization.
Finally, we can conclude that instead of talking about the advantages and disadvantages, we can conclude that globalization showed some impact on the Indian tradition.
So thank you.
Thank you. This is the last day. What are the Good evening to everyone present here. I am Akshay Patnaik, pursuing my BTech from Lendi Institute of Engineering and Technology in the branch of ECE. Today we are here to discuss on a topic: is globalization a threat to Indian culture? Let me first introduce what is globalization. Globalization is interconnection of the world across all the world, and it is of how we gonna improve our country and also along with the world. Okay, let's get into our point. Is globalization a threat to Indian culture? Really? I don't think so. In my view, globalization has improved a lot in these days, and it has achieved a great efforts, including economic growth of our country, and also it helped other institutions like foreign institutions to pursue their students uh, to uh, to go to pursue Indian culture. This is a great opportunity for those foreigners, and it is a pleasure to our Indians what they are pursuing, what for our culture, and also the, seeing it into a different view from like women now these days. They are able to go to they are able to go off work after a long time. They are freely independent, and I think that globalization has a good impact on our culture. What do you say?
Globalization is several aspects, considering politics and culture, social and economics. Out of this, financial integration is most common. India is the one of the fastest growing economies in the world.
Yes.
And due to globalization, the gross domestic product also grows. And the massive economies of India is high growth due to globalization. It was compared to the 1990s, and as it was very sometimes it was
Globalization has its effects on social media and agriculture and education also. And there are both good and bad impacts of globalization on our Indian culture. And globalization is now nowadays a threat to an Indian culture. I do agree with you, Bharati, but I see in a different view. Why don't you think that globalization has a greater impact on our economy? Due to globalization, many of us are habituated to foreign countries' culture, and there are also many different changes in our clothing and traditional dressing and traditional food. And many of foreigners are coming to India to know the value and the traditionals of our country. But we, the people in India, are moving to other countries' culture, and we are adopting their cultures. And I think this is the threat to an Indian culture. Yes, I agree. We agree with that.
yes, I agree. In globalization, our culture is very affected, and we we adapted to white man's world because the way of working, way of dressing, and follows our rules and follows our operation systems. That's right. And it is very useful. And it is there are so many new mobiles, smartphones, automobile, and it is very important.
Yes, I do agree with you, Satya. And globalization also a bad impact of like inappropriate growth, and also it has a greater impact on jobs. Like the ones who are getting in a lower status, they are not getting the jobs they are required to. As agriculture is the major occupation in our country, now it is degrading because of many of us are showing interest in moving to other countries and showing interest to study about the other countries, foreign. I conclude globalization is has both pros and cons in our culture, Indian culture, because it has a impact on growth economy and also it has impacts of decreasing in inappropriate growth also, and it has an increased effect on women and also our safety. It has agricultural impacts also. Thank you.